Hey, what's up, YouTube? So, yeah, we are here after the case tournament at Comic Kings in VA Beach. Shout outs to Mike from MRG and, Hermit Style Podcast for setting this up, organizing it. You, the MVP. His case tournament was the first event I went to when I got back into the game, right to when Vermilion Bloodline was introduced, and I came back to it for Supreme Rivalry. It was a blast. Got to see a lot of people here. I'm gonna actually have a little montage kind of to show off some stuff between rounds and whatnot. But yeah, I just wanted to go over my deck list, and I wanted to go over just my matchups and just some of the stuff in there. I did make 7th place, and the room had some competition in it, so I'm pretty psyched overall, a little happy about that. But yeah, so I just wanted to get into that. So the couple quick things in the beginning, as always, I just pretty much encourage you to go by the Facebook group because there's a whole lot of information there, and it's just a great group in general. Outside of the Facebook group, I still am running my contest. I'm gonna close it off soon. Like I said, I took a break for my birthday week, but soon I'm going to be closing that off. So the link can be in the description. You just gotta go there, comment, subscribe, and you could win stuff from my box of Supreme Rivalry that Bandai gave, or my pre-release. Like, I put them kind of all together. So check out the video, check out the opening, and look into it. That being said, we're gonna go into some clips, and after we go into that, we'll be able to go into the list. About to get completely bodied in a case tournament. I gotta do my rounds to all the people that are here chilling, you feel me? I'm about to do the rounds. And now I gotta put Chester on the camera. That's Amani. You're chilling. Bad DBSCG. Just shout out to that. Not anymore. Look, you don't even support your channel? It's not your channel.
It's not my channel.
Oh my gosh. It's
It was a dude named Tom.
A dude named Tom? How the friendships have fallen. A dude named Tom. We're gonna zoom in on Trey. We're gonna spy on Trey. You don't even know. He got hit. He got hit quick. Abort.
This is the the only good players in the game coming back. So like,
I think it's good, but yeah, I hate how it's like I want to be in the mirror. You like him
in life and the top card of the
Did you get shotgun?
I just need don't know how to play.
And no, because like when you play against right?
What? Nick? What? Huh?
What did you say?
What did you say? Finish it! Finish it! Avenge me! One game, and then we actually have to play a dude with a more than competent brainstem. So I'm about to lose.
This matchup, he's playing Dark Roll, I'm playing McGax. I'm just about to lose. This is a horrible matchup.
I'm gonna get blown out.
That's not true.
If you're watching this, send Preparation H. I'm gonna need it. So I guess all we do is play friends that are actually good players. So this is a rude awakening.
And please take it easy on me. I have never played this deck in an event before ever. And I have discomfort vibes.
Start the last round. And unfortunately, up against MRG, Frank Miller.
Oh my god.
The mailman. So I'm gonna cut the camera because you can't put porn on YouTube. And you already know what's about to go down. I'm about to get taken to Pound Town.
No, he's not.
Oh man, oh man, oh man.
I might get dumpstered.
All right, so yeah, let's just actually go into the list. You guys should be knowing by the title. I am going with Dark Broly. Well, I did go with Dark Broly, and I'm not gonna lie, I didn't get to practice as much as I thought I was going to, but I tried to try out some different concepts based on what I thought the room was gonna be, and some of them worked out really well. So I just wanted to show you guys the list. Tell me what you think. You guys should know already, I do be loving Dark Broly, and I am very much so a fan. Innovation of the deck is always something I'm looking forward to, and I can't wait to go forward with this deck in the future. Like, I might try to pick up some of the other stuff on the side, but I'm definitely excited to keep going with this deck. So without further ado, let's get into the deck list. So we're gonna start off with this. You guys should already know this, again, like I said, this is definitely my baby, Dark Broly. Shout outs to Spiral Maui Graphics, aka TCG Metals, for the custom Dark Broly Imperagus. As I said, when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away the only second copy of this ever made. Very unique and very dear to my heart. Then shout out to Trifinity Customs for this mat because I love it. I love it. And then this is custom art. by a friend named Mimi. So if you ever want to like have some of her stuff done, let me know. I'll put you in touch. So let's get into the deck list and then we'll talk about the matchups. Yeah. So I wanted to do a couple things with this deck list. One, I wanted to make sure that I had as little dead hands as possible. Like I didn't want to get stuck with combo power that I couldn't use, you know, 1Ks. I didn't want to get as badly sequence screwed, you know what I mean? So I tried out some different things. I kind of diverged a little bit, but let's start off. One, Dark Aura Deluge. You guys should know, like I've been an advocate of this card for a very long time. Just allows you to recycle. It's very much so better when you have high profile targets, like, you know, the 6-drop or the 10-drop Fu. My cats are going in. The 10-drop Fu, you know, just they're just specific things that make this a better card. And it was a really weird pick in this one, but there were specific cards I may want to recycle, and we'll get into that a little later. But yeah, there's that. 2 of the Toa Unison of Magic and Science. This is the card that searches the Dragon Ball from your deck, and you know, you can also take them out of your grave too, so they're needed. 4, Broly Savage Rush. You guys already know this is the ball target. 3, Demigra. Used to be playing 4. I really do feel like 3 is definitely enough. I always saw it. I was often opening up with it, and when going first, opening up with it is all I wanted to do. Card performed phenomenally today. A lot of decks can't get it off the field soon enough, and so the first couple turns, it wreaks havoc. And then if you kept applying enough pressure, it gets to a point where they're trying to deal with your board, and this is the juiciest target, but I mean, if they're blowing up Demigras, which they should be, they might not be able to blow up some of your other stuff, and it just helps you overwhelm your opponent. Plus, this card will forever always be the best counter check in the game. Swing, make them warp a card of their hand. If they have to Violent Raise you, they have to drop Violent Raise in another card. If they have to Nimbus you, they have to drop Nimbus in another card. If they have to Dormant you, they have to Dormant. And, you know, they still end up dropping another card. Like, this is so freaking good for checking for Floodgate negates. So, it just is what it is. Helps your opponent hit that road to Neg City. We got 2, Brainwash No More. This is one of the main reasons why Deluge is in there, because Brainwash No More is a very important card. It can stop you from getting killed. It can, I mean, of course, from Double Strike, Triple Strike. It can stop you from taking, like, you know, just those unnecessary damages. Also, if somebody's trying to stall you off Awakening, this Activate Battle can be used offensively to just crit your life and make it so that, you know, you're within range for your leader skill to activate or for you to awaken. It's a very, 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 very versatile card, and it's just great. Even when you overwhelm it, it's free and it refunds half its stuff back. It's a very good card. Yeah, I just can't explain that much more. But because there's only 2 of them right now, I didn't want to have him at 3 because sometimes he is just an overwhelm. So I do run the Deluge because it's another 30k, and it can recycle things like this and Demigra. Now, the new baby boys, the stars, Vindicator. This card is nuts. Really, I don't really use it for the effect that goes into the 7-star or 7 cost. It's more of the first one that allows me to reload 6 black battle cards with 30k power. This guy's a monster. If you're going first, he's kind of like, not like a win more, but he's like already just kind of adding on to what you're already doing. Like you play him, and then you end up being able to swap them and well, swing with them. And then, you know, when they charge their 3rd energy, if they can't get him off the field, you know next turn he's gonna be another body. Like, if I'm going first, I can always put him up here on turn 3 and swing with him. I can ball him out. You can ball him out and he doesn't have to go away from overwhelm things. But yeah, put him out, swing. If they can't get rid of him that turn, you're going to be able to then untap next turn and swing when they have 3 energy, and you know, it gets out of hand from there. You know, remove 6, play a Dark Broly, swing with this guy, activate his ability, tap 1, put 6 back, remove 6, play another Broly, 3rd swing. So that's 3 Broly swings in 1 turn if this guy starts off on your board. I mean, you can always just ball him out the turn you need to, but I mean, I only try to do that, of course, if the deck has like access to destruction on their turn. Lots of decks can't really deal with them that early in the game, and so I'm able to, or at least a lot of decks sometimes can struggle with it. So I end up having them on the board a little early. Now, if you're going second though, your opponent will charge their third energy, and then on your turn 3 you can play him on curve and be able to do all those things, and he helps you close that gap. So this guy is amazing. If you don't know what he does, I made a whole video about that. I can put that link in the description too. Wonderful card. Now we got the Broly Suite, 2 blocker, 4 Ravager, best card. I took this down to 3, but then brought it up to 4, the Uncontrollable Berserker, because he does a lot more now. I used him so many times today, it wasn't even funny. Then you got 4 of the Unbridled, Destruction. He's just that dude. He's that dude. He pushes control matchups with his crit. He's able to force a lot of things. He's got deflect. He's a threat, and he goes into Heartfelt. Now outside of the, I think there's 30. If I'm not mistaken, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So there's 29. There's 29 of these 30Ks. Now moving forward, 4 super combos. We've got 3 Gravy, because I wanted to be able to extend my combos as much as possible, and Gravy, including itself, puts 3 black battle cards in the grave. So this is a combo extender to the max. He can also be summoned, but that's a little costly. I'm not really trying to do that, but he's really a combo extender. 2 Supreme Kai Negates. These were really good today. They are just able to be used for 1. They come to the field. They can end up just giving you 5 combo power on top of that once they're on the field, because they come into play untapped or in active mode. When they counter, they also warp an opponent's card, and this could cause interference or just stop a second attack. So there's all sorts of good stuff there. Definitely MVPs. Very glad I added these. Shout out to my friend Taylor for selling these to me. Then you got 3 Champa, of course. Bardock the Tenacious, of course. SCR of choice, not Robelu. I think I told you guys how I felt about this, but Supreme Kai. And we've got 2 Power Burst, as well as 3 7-star Ball Parasitic Darkness. So now let's go over to the sideboard. Sideboard was a little wonky, but we had a lot of fun with it. So I have another Deluge, and I'll explain this a little bit more. Now this is the crappy part. I thought I was gonna see a lot more Mecha Frieza, and when I got in there, I saw a whole bunch of Baby, and that really threw me off. But because I thought I would see more Mecha Frieza, I definitely had some other things in there. I don't like True Grit, the Goku that warps once per turn when from their hand when they use a counter, because they can just tap him and destroy him. They can do the same with Black Mass Sand too, but at the same point, this is more useful versus Mecha Frieza, and there's some other matchups it's good for too. So Black Mass Sand was definitely the move for me, and then I saw there was like at least 3 babies, and I was like, crap, because it is Mike's stomping grounds, and his deck of choice is Baby, so I can see how enough curb stompings would cause the surrounding area to get hit. But yeah, that was unfortunate. I had 3 Mech Gaboras. The card is just too good not to side. Search of the Dragon Ball, but more importantly, you can cut off linear decks. Didn't ever face the mirror though. Didn't play any decks where I felt like putting this in, so it just kind of sat there. But again, it's too powerful not to. I sided both Heartfelt Pleas. Now that sounds really weird, but I feel like there's a lot of decks. Like, I know lots of people end up using it just for its come to play effect. As long as you can get its offering off, it's worth it. But for me, I just felt like I didn't want to draw a dead late game. I didn't want to draw a dead after I Awaken, and I didn't want to use cards sometimes or have to set up the red just to get its effect. I wanted to side it in versus decks I knew couldn't interact with it well. And I did, and that felt really good. 10-drop Food, just because you never know if a game's gonna go that long, but just in case, he's one of the best cards in the arsenal for just ending a game outright. 2 for 2, I will put in Protector of the People over my Power Burst when I feel like I need to go wide, or they're gonna go wide. And then the stars of the show: 3 Majin Buu Human Extermination Attack, or Extinction Attack. This card is freaking amazing, and every time I sided in, I felt like I got the speed I needed from it, so maybe it'll become a main card, but it stole the show for me today. It really did. And when I play this, I automatically side in this because I'm more likely to start milling things like Brainwashed or Demigra or anything I need to get back, or the Fu if I have to add it in. So, my matchups. First round, I played against Turles. Turles is just not a good matchup versus this. Their combo power doesn't get high enough to stop what I'm doing. And so shout outs to him though. It was one of his first events and it was a very tough room. So I give him mad props for that. But yeah, either way, it wasn't that good for him. The matchup just wasn't really favorable. And then this deck has a lot of ways you can get around things. Like he could flip a life face up and I could just on my turn take it with my leader, you know? Or there's a point where he had 2 of my life face up. And so, and one of them was my Supreme Kai SCR, he revealed it. So the first swing he did, I Sparking Power Burst and took my SCR. And then the next swing he did, I Black Mass Sand and crit my face up life to the grave. And then he could not do anything with my face up life. So that could get a little rough. Game 2, he was very good at managing my Black Mass Sands. He understood the threat it presented to his deck, and so he was able to really get that out of the way. So that's pretty cool. Game 2, I faced Chesko. Shout outs to Chesko, shout outs to him being on PPG. It was Vegex. He thought I was favored. I thought he was favored. I'm a scrub. But it was 2 close games. Both games he realized when the last turn was and went all in. It was just more of like, if I didn't have it, I didn't have it. And he beat me up. One massive play he did that like scarred me for life was he played Demigra on 3 energy and banished my stuff, swung out for the turn, and I really thought it was safe, so I dropped my Supreme Kai. And with his last energy, he played the Winter Gogeta and then just banished the crap out of my Supreme Kai, and it felt really bad. And it felt so bad that I sided out my Supreme Kai SCR afterwards. I was like, I don't trust this to get safely played. So, I mean, he outplayed the crap out of my Supreme Kai that go. So that kind of sucked, but it is what it is. Now, round 3, I played against Amani. You guys have seen him on the channel a bunch. Amani's a cool dude. He's playing Android 18. I'm going to see if he wants a deck profile because that deck drew so much. It was like a cycle dot deck. It was crazy. Game 1. It was a really back and forth in terms of advantage. I was able to press very hard, but he was never really running out of hand. The only thing that kind of got him in a tough spot was that one of his cards, Quick Shift, it shuffles. It doesn't add to the bottom after you, and then you draw like most of the cards nowadays. It shuffles the deck. So his Baby Hatch kind of hid from him all game. So I was able to swing 8 consecutive times in one turn with 30Ks or higher, and then I still had like 2 swings left. And that was able to break through his hand after all that play. And then game 2, we didn't have much time left, and we got called for time, and he beat me in game 2. He was able to use that same cycling power that protected him in game 1 to pressure me in game 2, and it was very strong. He also showcased off the Majin Buu Unison, which is honestly one of the best blue cards that's been printed in a very long time. It's a defensive asset, it's an offensive asset. It's a very good card. So yeah, we tied, and yeah, it was a really interesting deck. So like I said, if he wants to do a deck profile, I would love to get him on here for that. Wink wink. Game 4, round 4, I faced a fellow YouTuber, Broken Honor. I'll have a link to his channel in the description. He played King Cold. Now he's a very innovative deck builder and he's a good player, but the main issue with King Cold is that the combo power just isn't there. Once again, it's just kind of like Turles in the sense that when I swing with a 30K, you have to give up so much more just to stop it, and I didn't even put anything into it. So all I did in that game was turn my board sideways over and over again. He didn't see dormants, he didn't see what he needed to stop the onslaught, and so eventually bottomed out. Had a thick hand and just wasn't able to like stop my attacks. Game 2 pretty much went the same way. I didn't get to see him flex most of the deck. I knew what lots of the cards did, but I didn't get to see him flex to the degree that I thought he'd be able to, because unfortunately just the decks don't line up well. Then round 5. Round 5, I played against Frank Miller from MRG. He played King Vegeta. It was a very interesting game. I was very afraid, but I found that most of the time, unless you pay the energy for Young Invaders, the field card, the deck is very good at minusing 25 to everything. And Dark Broly naturally has a bunch of 30Ks. So it was able to just be very safe kind of on my end. Also, we both kind of meta-called, just like I meta-called for us to see more Mecha Frieza than Baby. He meta-called to not really see Dark Broly, so Violent Rays wasn't in the main. So the first game, he was able to put up his assault, but I was able to keep aggressing without Violent Raise getting in the way. I always expected it, but it never happened. So I was able to punch through my way game 1. Game 2, I did get Violent Raised, but the cards weren't really coming together. And once again, my stuff wasn't getting killed by the negatives, it was just kind of getting low. And there was a turn where he had like a big board, or a decent board, and he had to kind of extend a little bit to kill my Supreme Kai. And after killing my Supreme Kai, it just kind of left his board, his like energy a little fragile, and I was able to come back and neutralize his board, and then end up kind of swinging until I had the inevitable shotgun. But no, there was some pretty cool stuff. He showed me a lot of cool interactions. Started off game 2 by giving me a baby Vegeta who immediately critted a heartfelt plea that I sided in. Made me very sad. But at the same time, Majin Buu's Human Extinction, it really helped. Because like I said, Frank in game 2 got off to a weird start with his cards. But on top of his weird start, this card allowed me to accelerate my deck into a very, very fast like setup. And then I was able to just punch through. So I went 3 wins, 1 loss, 1 tie. And I ended up getting 7th place at the tournament, which is great. Like I said, there was a lot of good people there, and so I was very, very happy to place where I did. If you have any questions for it, like I'm definitely gonna make some changes to this to kind of make it more tournament ready now that I've got a better feel, and I'm gonna be more active in these tournaments. So if you have any questions, please let me know in the comments, and I will be glad to let you know. So yeah, thank you guys for stopping by Universe X. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. The road to 1,000 is going strong. My cats, as you can see, are in the background going kind of crazy. And I will see you guys the next time you decide to join Universe X, which should be soon because I'll be having some box openings from my winnings. Got a couple videos actually lined up. So,